Hi. Good evening. Today is episode 4.
I don't know why that struck me so funny, but it really did.
Yeah,
Welcome to episode 4 of 50 Shades of 40.
40.
This is Lisa.
And that's Sandy.
It's Sandra, by the way. I
Sandy.
don't know why she does that. Now we're going to stop and re-record. No, I'm just
Live
kidding.
with it.
All right, so anyway, this week we have decided that we would like to go a little bit more on the serious side. I know that our last 3 episodes have basically been free-for-alls, and that's fine because that's just kind of
They've
who
been
we
the
are.
best.
But we kind of want to move away because although this is, we hope that this ends up being a humorous and whimsical take on, dating in your 40s. It's more than just about sex. So tonight we want to discuss some of the different places and ways that you can meet a guy once you're a little bit older. So
Yeah, this is not for you under 21-year-olds.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Well,
I don't know.
you know,
I mean, I
hey.
guess it could be.
Okay, so being in your 40s and trying to get back out in the dating scene after having been married, been in a long-term relationship, whatever the situation, concentrating on your career, whatever. The thing is, where do you meet these guys? And I say that term loosely because I think we discussed that it's also a battlefield of meeting the assholes, the jerks, the douchebags, the wannabes.
I've met all those already, thanks.
And she keeps trying to give them to me.
Well, if I don't want them.
Again, I don't do sloppy seconds.
Wow, so they're sloppy after they've been with me.
You heard them.
I do. Anyway, so I think some of the different ways that you can meet, I think right now in this day and age, and I think that that's kind of what we're focusing on, online dating is probably the biggest place. And I think it's the most convenient. Her and I, once again, have
completely disagree.
Yeah, I think online dating is great. I think it's fun. I think it's a good way to meet a lot of different types of people. My little flower over here with many petals tends to disagree.
I 100% disagree with you on that. I feel like online dating is, and look, this is just my personal opinion. This is just my thought. And my opinion is online dating is like, okay, I've tried everything else in the world and I'm so desperate to have someone that I will go on Tinder and POF and Match and eHarmony, and if I get really desperate, I'll even pay for the membership on eHarmony. To me, it's just it's inviting stupid, it's inviting sadness, and it's inviting disappointment.
I don't think grandma over here realizes that.
Who has grandkids? Who doesn't?
I don't think she realizes this is the internet age. This is I mean, yeah, you can still go and meet the guy at the grocery store or at the bar or at work. And that's fine and that's great. But I mean, I think like if you're actively looking for someone, I think online is the way to go. I mean, because everybody's online, everybody's got smartphones. So I mean, why not? I mean, yeah, you're gonna, you know what? You're gonna run into just as many freaks,
right,
and weirdos at a bar.
And you're also going to run into the guy who posts a picture saying, oh, I took this last week. And if you look at the picture close enough, I saw you roll your eyes.
I know, because I know where she's going with this.
You'll see that the picture was taken 10 years ago. And then you show up, you meet them, and you're like,
no,
whoa.
The best one is when they say, yeah, I just took this picture last week, and it's a bathroom selfie, and you see female hair care products in the background, and you're like,
yeah,
who do those belong to?
Either you or your wife or girlfriend. Don't tell me it's your
And if they belong
daughter.
to you, obviously you have better hair than I do, and that's never going to work.
And don't try to tell me your 11-year-old daughter is using a Schick razor, okay? Not buying it. Just saying.
See, I love her. I so love her. But she's so jaded.
I am jaded.
But you know what? I think that brings us to something that is a big issue, is the fact that, once you reach middle age, you've been married more than once, or you've been in a long-term relationship.
I learned from my mistake.
So I think what happens with women our age is a lot of women have trouble letting go and not being jaded and not being judgmental, not judging every guy you meet by the guys you've had in the past. And I really truly feel like that's something I have managed to do and you have not.
Well, okay.
Just saying.
Well, I'm just going to point this out.
Okay.
And it's not...
Oh, God. This is not going to be good. I can already tell.
That little hair just bothers me. I'm sorry.
Fix it, girl. Fix it. There you go.
I don't
you
know
look
why.
Beautiful.
I have not had as many partners as some people in this world. I'm actually very conservative. And I'm not saying you. You're making yourself look guilty.
I didn't say anything.
What I guess I should say is that...
She's had 2. I've had 3.
In 1 week. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Adding a little humor. Don't get your panties in a wad. It's okay. We're just kidding. I'm not sure. Maybe the Applejack Jim Beam. I don't know. It's playing a part tonight. And from the makers of Applejack Jim Beam. I'm just kidding again.
It's maple anyway.
Maple,
bitch is so drunk she don't even know what she's drinking.
No. My point is that I agree with you.
Okay.
And I am there a little bit, but I haven't had much to compare them by. I mean,
because she can't let go enough to give anybody a chance to realize that not everybody is a douchebag. She's overly critical, extremely jaded. Yeah.
I'm agreeing completely.
We're turning this whole episode into What's Wrong with Lisa?
Next week, it's all about Sandra.
We already know what's wrong with me.
I cannot disagree with you on any of those because I am jaded. I do not trust. I am constantly questioning everything everybody says to me. I am that person who, if you hand me a photograph of someone and say, oh, look how cute their dog is, I don't just see the dog. I see everything around the dog. Mm-hmm. I don't look at the dog even. I'm looking at everything around to see, well, is he lying to me about this? Is he lying to me about that? It comes from being married 23 years to someone who lied to me at least twice a day.
But that's what I'm talking about. Like, if you're going to be back out there in the dating scene and looking to find somebody, you've got to let that go. You've got to say, not every guy is lying to me. I mean, you have to be smart about it because a lot of them do lie. You just have to be smart about it. But here's my point. If you're not out there trying, then how are you ever going to know? Like, have all of my dates been great? No. Have they all turned out to be, gorgeous, sexy men? Hell no.
You tried to sell me for snickerdoodles. I never got my cookies.
No, all I'm saying is I've had my fair share of crazy. But you know what? They're all memories and they're all experiences that I love having.
They can be scary too. The guy who sets an alarm clock every morning at 7 a.m. to text you, "Good morning, beautiful. Good morning, beautiful. Good morning."
The thing
beautiful.
is if she wasn't so jaded, she would think that's really sweet,
no,
and she would.
Now look.
And if it was somebody she liked, she would be like, "Oh my God, that is so sweet."
Yeah. But she's absolutely
because
right.
because it's not somebody she's in a relationship with. It's not somebody she likes. Maybe he's not the most handsome. Well, now he's a creep and he's psycho and
now I'm having the phone company block his number.
I mean, just because he hid in the bushes and looked in her windows doesn't necessarily make him a creeper. He just wanted to see her. That's all.
checking out the window. You just never know.
No, I guess my whole point is you gotta let go of your past. You gotta let go of your past relationships. You can't judge every guy by another guy. And I'm not perfect. God knows I'm not. I'm jaded too.
We're both very jaded.
You know,
Me more so than her. I'm less trusting than her.
I don't think it's about being less trusting. It's just about not giving a shit. To be quite honest with you.
And see, that's my problem.
She gives too much.
I give too much shit.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I'm just like, all right, whatever.
Because you know what? When I find the one that I like or that I'm the least bit interested in, I will go out of my way to show that to them. And they may not even catch on to it. I mean, it could be just little things. But
well, I think my biggest issue is...
So I need to learn how to not give a shit.
Yeah, she needs to learn how to not give a shit. And
Sounds
I think
easy
my
enough,
biggest
doesn't it?
issue is I think that I need to not be afraid to give a shit. If that makes sense.
If we could take half of you and half of me.
It might work. Frankenstein us.
Not touching it.
That's an inside joke.
Not touching that one at all.
Because, I mean, I you know what? Because I have ran into, you know, I've met a couple of guys that were good guys.
Right.
But
You've also met some
I have met some crazies. But, I mean, I've met a couple of guys that were really good guys that I didn't give them a chance because I guess I wasn't ready. And I just thought, well, it's too soon.
It is too soon for you. It's not too soon for me.
It's been over a year. I don't know how
Been
long
over
she's
7.
I know, but I mean, okay, so excellent question. How long do you have to be single before you can go from dating to actively looking for a relationship?
Why are you asking me?
Because
When's the last time I've been on a date?
Because you just said
It's been
too
2
soon
years.
for me.
It's been 2 years.
Okay, so well, she is overripe. She's ready. She
Poke
is a
me, I'm done.
Yeah, she's a fruit dangling. Come pick her.
I
don't know.
think I may have regrown my cherry. Just saying.
But I mean, I think that's the problem I'm having is trying to decide when is it okay to stop just dating and start looking for a relationship? Or do you? I mean, do
There
you
is
have
no
to?
time frame.
Right. I mean, do you have to decide? I mean, can it just be a natural thing?
Yep. And I think that's
But, you know-
exactly what it should be.
Hey, if there are any guys that ever watch this, could you just make it obvious to us, like whether you like us or not? That'd be great.
And not a text message every single morning at 7 a.m. with the exact same thing, like you have it on a timer.
No, I like that. Go ahead and do that.
After 3 or 4 days in a row, it seems fake. You
It's
gotta mix
fine.
it up a little bit. Okay, here. Let's wrap this up. 'Cause
All right,
we've got
let's wrap it
shopping
up.
to do.
Yes.
Because, you know, that's what us single girls do on a Saturday. We go shopping.
And drinking and eating,
Yeah.
but it's fun.
Well, I mean, you never know. You might meet that person when you're out shopping.
Oh, I agree.
And now you know what?
I think when you stop looking is when you'll find it.
And I was. Were you reading my mind again?
I was reading your
I
mind.
knew it because I was just about to say that I am still of, I guess, old school. That when it's the right place, the right person, that it will happen. That you don't have to go looking for it because love is supposed to find you. As corny as that sounds, I still believe in that. I don't think you can force it. Even though if I
I
had
don't
my
think you
crystal
can-
ball out of the shop,
Yeah.
I would be waving my magic wand
I don't
over
think
it.
you can force it, but I think you can push it away.
I agree. I have to figure out how to push feelings away.
No, she doesn't.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
We've had conversations. Just saying.
We have. Just not going to record those.
No.
Well, but those would be on a paid prescription channel.
Oh, yeah.
Or subscription channel, yeah.
That would be a $29.99 per month, one view only, and no digitally recording of that to use against me at a later date.
Okay. All right, so I think, wow, I don't feel like we really touched on as much as we wanted to.
Did we not discuss last night, actually, when we were out doing all the things, not doing all the things? See, here's our problem. Because of my work schedule, which is absolutely crazy, we have to set up certain days to get certain things done. And we will make a step-by-step list of where we're going, what we're doing, what time we're going to be there, and what we're going to do while we're there. Again, last night didn't happen. The night before didn't happen. Tonight didn't happen. And I'm pretty sure that the world would stop on its axis
It would.
if even one day we did exactly what we had planned to do.
Well,
you know
no,
what?
if we did what we had planned and on time.
This is true. But I will say this. The way we end up doing things, hands down, some of the best days I've had.
Because they were unplanned, just like love. You can't plan.
Last week you accused me of being serious. Now who's getting all weepy and
I almost
everything?
got that
Have a drink.
I almost got that out without laughing too.
So with that being said, guys, thank you to all of you who are watching. Thank you to all that are sending comments and questions and suggestions and wondering where the next episode is. Well, again, I have a crazy work
I'm
schedule.
busy dating. I don't know what you guys. I mean, how do you expect me to talk about dating if I'm not out there dating?
And I'm busy working because he's just going to walk in one day and the sky is going to open up and rainbows are going to come out and unicorns are going to fly by shitting rainbows and glitter. That's the way I've decided.
So, old cat lady? That's what I just heard. I mean, you just gotta get out there. I don't care if you do it online dating. I don't care if you troll the fucking produce section of the grocery store. I don't care if you do it in the bar scene. Just get out there. Just do it. Really. That's a Nike thing. I wonder if that's a trademark infringement.
I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure that all the alcohol bottles is trademark infringement too.
Anyway, but no, seriously, just get out there and do it. I mean, if you don't get out there and live it and love it, then you're never going to find anybody. You're never going to meet
You're
anybody.
You're stuck at home on your nights off watching repeats and reruns of Roseanne Barr and How I Met Your Mother. That's not true. I go out a lot.
Going to work doesn't count.
Well, that's respectable.
All right, guys. Well, we hope you've enjoyed this week's episode, and we hope you'll join us for the next one as well. Good night.
Good night.